Gayatri Upanishad. This Upanishad is in the form of a compilation of 8 Kandikas falling from 31 to 38 of Gopath Brahmana allied to the AtharvaVeda. By means of colloquies tracked between the saints like Maudgalya and Maitreyi, the great learning of Gayatri have been described here. In the first and second Kandika, the introductory part is given including the definition of the terms Savitu, Varenyam, Bhargoh, Devasya, Dhiyo, Prachodayat, etc. of the Gayatri hymn. In the third Kandika, the inseparability of Lord Sun and Savitri and their varied forms have been described. In the fourth, fifth, and sixth Kandikas, an explanation and the scope of 3 feet of the great hymn of Gayatri are enunciated respectively. In the seventh and the eighth Kandika, an exposition of the equal sound of the Brahma, the offering, and the Brahmana has been given. First Kandika. Glava Maitreya, the disciple of Maitreyi clan, came to the scholar Mudgal clan, who was enriched with 11 eyes, the knowledge or the sense organs. Having seen the resident celibates in the hermitage of Maudgalya, he sarcastically asked, "What does this Maudgalya teach to his pupils?" 11 aspects used in this hymn indicates his being extraordinarily intelligent. It also used as an authoritative word. It is meant by the 10 sensory organs or the breathings, that is 5 breathings plus 5 sub-breathings, and the 11th is the ever awakened elements of the soul. This is the reason he was said as possessing 11 aspects. The pupil of Maudgalya went to his teacher and informed him, saying that this guest is declaring you are stupid. Maudgalya asked whether he is scholar. The pupil replied, "Yes, sir. He is professor of 3 Vedas." "Oh dear, then bring in the student of our guest, who is most intelligent scholar, intuitive and competent to me," Maudgalya said to his pupil. He brought that student and said to his teacher, "Honorable teacher, this one is the student possessing all properties as suggested by you." He asked to him, "Dear student, what does your teacher do?" The student said, "Sir, he is a professor of 3 Vedas." "Oh dear student, why your teacher say that I am stupid when all Vedas are well learned to me? Does he even ignorant to the manner of talking with the civilized persons? I therefore ask a question, and in case a proper reply to it is not given, it will be purported that he does not teach Veda. Oh dear student, in case he is ignorant, it will be said by him that the subject taught by the teacher to his celibate pupil is Savitri." You should say that he had condemned Maudgalya as being a stupid, and say him that Maudgalya will ask you a question, and in case the same is not duly answered, you would have to suffer severe pains till the period of a year. Second Kandika. The saint Maudgalya then said to his pupil, "O dear student, go to Glava Maitreya and say, 'O teacher, tell us about the Savitri and Gayatri with its 12 couplets and 24 minutest nucleus. All and every is sheltered to it, therefore, please teach us about that Gayatri. Under the instructions of his teacher, the Maudgalya's pupil visited the visited at the hermitage of Maitreya. He asked a question, but the Maitreya could not reply. He then said to him, O Lord, you had told Maudgalya, a stupid one. He has asked this question, and in case you are failed to answer, you would suffer from the severe pains for the period of a year. The saint Maitreya expressed the reality before his pupils and said, please return back voluntarily to your home. I had told the saint Maudgalya as unworthy, but I could not answer to the question he has asked to me. I would now go to him and satisfy him by the possible means. He reached to Maudgalya with most enlightened manner by taking the fuel in his hands in the morning. On accessing to there, he said, O revered teacher, I am Maitreya. Maudgalya asked, how have you come here? Maitreya replied, Sir, I could not reply to the question asked by you. I would now satisfy you by my personal services. Hence I have come here. The saint Maudgalya said, you have come here, and without observing your pure or impure thoughts, I provide you with the chariot of all benevolent thoughts. Please let us come riding on it. The chariot means a carrier that brings a man to his destination. Every person attains the motion of his life according to the thoughts which he possesses within heart. The people who expect welfare always resort to the welfare thoughts. Sage Maitreya said, your statement is true, and immersed in the thoughts that provide with fearlessness to all. I am before you to perform everything in pursuance with your instruction. He appeared with a manner before the saint Maudgalya and began to ask, O teacher, what is the adorable element of the sun? What is the bharga of that god? What answer to this question is provided by the intuitive? What explanation they give to the element of wisdom, by resorting to which that god moves after getting an entrance into the world of sun? The saint Maudgalya said to Maitreya, the Vedic rhymes are the elements adorable to the sun god. The wise people considered the food as the bharga of that god. The deed is only that element of wisdom motivating to which that god takes movements. The sun god is motivator of all. The motivating element as referred to in the rhymes too are adorable, and the undescribed ether flow is not worth adoration, because these are beyond to the power of entertainment as vested with the mankind. The Savi, he is called wisdom. It seems that the saint want to convey the movement of sun god with the power of motivating the wisdom towards the deeds. Hearing this, the saint Maitreya asked humbly to Maudgalya, O revered teacher, kindly tell me that what is the sun and what is Savitri? Third Kandika. The saint Maudgalya said, the mind too is the sun, the motivating element, and the speech is Savitri, the motivated element. Where there is mind, there is speech, and where there is speech, there resides the mind. Both of them are coupled and in the form of yoni, the center of genesis. The fire too is the sun, and the earth is Savitri. Where there is fire, the earth is also there, and where the earth is, the fire also exists there. Thus the fire and the earth both are couples as the center of genesis, yoni. The wind is the sun, and the space is Savitri. The wind is where the space is, and where the space is existed the wind is also there. Both of them, that is, the wind and the space, are the couples and the center of Genesis. The sun is the Savita, and the world is of sun is Savitri. The sun is the Savita, and the world of sun is Savitri. Where there is the sun, there is thou, and where there is thou, there is sun. Both of them are a couplet and nucleus of Genesis. The moon is Savita and the planet is Savitri. Where there is moon, there is planet, and where there is planet, there is the moon. Both of them are a couplet and a nucleus of Genesis. The day is Savita and the night is Savitri. Where there is the day, there is night, and where there is night, there is day. Both of them are nucleus of Genesis and a couplet. The heat is Savita and cold is Savitri. Where there is heat, there is cold, and where there is cold, there is heat. Both of them are couplet and the nucleus of Genesis. The cloud is Savita and the raining is Savitri. The cloud is Savita and the raining is Savitri. Where there is cloud, there is rain, and where there is rain, there is cloud. Both of them are a couplet and a nucleus of Genesis. The lightning is Savita and its thundering is Savitri. Where there is lightning, there is thundering, and where there is thundering, there also exists lightning. Both of them are a couplet and a nucleus of Genesis. The breathing is Savita and the food is Savitri. Where there is breathing, there is food, and where there is food, there is breathing. Both of them are a couplet and a nucleus of Genesis. The Vedas are Savita and the rhymes are Savitri. Where there are Veda, there are rhymes, and where there are rhymes, there are Veda. Both of them are a couplet and a nucleus of Genesis. The offering is Savita and the donation is Savitri. Where there is donation, there is offering, and where there is offering, there is donation. Both of them are a couplet and a nucleus of Genesis. Thereafter, Glava Maitreya said to Maudgalya, O learned teacher, I am obliged to you. This celibate is present for your service. This celibate has become fulfilled of knowledge on arrival here. With these words, Maitreya stood and spoke while strolling. I am now well known that my celibate affiliated to these couples and nucleus of Genesis will not attain premature death. Fourth, Kandika. Maudgalya said to Maitreya, this Brahma too is in the form of wealth, prestige, and shelter. Hence, you should do penance. In case a resolution for penance is made, one will attain the truth. That Lord Savita reproduced Brahmana, enriched of the knowledge of Brahma, with the cooperation of Savitri, and made him to know the hymn of Savitri. Tat Savitur Varenyam is the first foot of the Savitri hymn. The Lord Sun added Rik with the earth. Similarly, the fire was added with Rik, the wealth with the fire, the woman with the wealth, the couple with the woman, the subject with the couple, the deed with the subject, the penance with the deed, the truth with the penance, the Brahma with the truth, the Brahmana with the Brahma, and the resolution with the Brahmana. By virtue of that resolution, the Brahmana gets splendor, perfection, and integration. The scholar who assumes this first foot of Savitri hymn in the similar fashion and explains it everywhere, his clan as also his life becomes integrated. Fifth, Kandika. The second foot of Savitri hymn is Vargo Devasya Dhimahi. You Lord Sun added Yajus with the space. The wind was added with the Yajus. The cloud with the wind. The rain with the cloud. The medicines and vegetations with the rain. The animals with the medicine and the vegetations. The deed with the animals. The penance with the deeds with the truth. The Brahma with the truth. The Brahmana with the Brahma, and the resolution with the Brahmana. It is only his resolution that provides the Brahmana with splendor, perfection, and the integrity. The learned person who is known to the second foot, the element of Bharga, of Savitri, and explains this way his clan as also his life, both avail integrity. Sixth, Kandika. The third foot of Savitri is Dhyo yo na prachodayat. The third foot of Savitri is Dhyo yo na prachodayat. That Lord Sun added Sama with the world of sun. Similarly, Aditya was added with the Sama. The rays were added with the Aditya. The rain was added with the rays. The medicine and the vegetation is added with the rain. The animals is added with the medicines and vegetation. The deed was added with the animals. The penance is added with the deed. The truth was added with the penance. The Brahma is added with the truth. The Brahma was added with truth. And the resolution is added with the Brahmana. It is the resolution that provides the Brahmana with splendor, perfection, and integrity. The person known to this third foot of Savitri and explains it in the same way, his clan as also life both avail integrity. Seventh, Kandika. The Brahmana, well known to the 3 feet of Savitri, emanates the power of Brahman, duly obtained, hold, and applied with the allied experiences. The ether, along with the Brahma, is acquired, held, and applied with the allied experiences. The wind with the ether is also acquired, held, and applied with allied experiences. Similarly, the flame is acquired, held, and applied with allied experiences. With the water with the flame, the earth with the water, the food with the earth, the breathing with the food, the mind with the breathing, the speech with the mind, the Veda with the speech, and the offerings with the Veda are acquired, held, and applied with allied experiences. The 12 vital elements, Mahabhuta, out of such learned persons are enshrined. The offerings is the best among them. Eighth, Kandika. The scholars who believe of their knowledge to the offering really are ignorant. This offering is enshrined in Vedas. The Vedas are enshrined in the speech. The speech is enshrined in the mind in the breathing in food, the food in the earth in water, the water in the splendor or fire, the splendor in the wind in the ether in the Brahma, and the Brahma in the person who is well known to the Brahma. The person who knows the motion of these 12 vital elements attains fame and pleasure and enjoys a life full of higher deeds, perfume. He attains gigantic luxuries after duly exonerated from the evils. Gayatri Upanishad Samapta.